All right, everybody. Yesterday.
What's up, bitches?
Yesterday was Tuesday, March 12th, and it was to begin at 4 p.m. Free agency started, and it's been
this
pretty
shit
fun.
don't make no sense.
Yeah, your boys in Philadelphia just said, see ya. They're going to let everybody go. But, George, let me tell you something. Your coach, who's already, we know, is not a defensive mind, what's he doing with all that money he's letting go in those players? Because he's letting go all his defense. And the defense already sucked, and he's not a defensive guy.
Right, but look at all the free agents they've signed. They've signed a safety, a corner, and a defensive tackle, and one backup fullback / tight end.
So he's
picked up he picked up a veteran nose guard from the 49ers, which they're going to need if they're going to a 3-4, which makes no sense to me.
Right.
They picked up some linebacker I've never heard of. They picked up Patrick Chung, who seems to be good every other season, so maybe this is the season he'll be good.
Right.
The kid I want him to get is the big-ass cornerback out of Miami, Smith.
Yeah.
But I mean, enough of my team. I think what we need to talk about is the Dolphins is a great place to start.
The Dolphins are great because they didn't fuck around and they went and got somebody that Tannehill can, they've got They took their big-ass $100 covered nuts and threw them right out there for everybody to see and just started throwing their big-ass cock around saying, we're taking you and you and you. And my only problem is they still can't beat the Patriots, even with the addition of Mike Wallace and the dude from the Ravens. You know what's funny, man? I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, the Patriots, obviously, their system is great, and they're always one of the front runners in the AFC. But you know what? The Dolphins had the slant. They had everything so far as receivers are concerned. They had a threat, everything except that deep threat. And now they have that, I think that they can start doing something.
But they lost Reggie Bush, so that means they're going to go after a running back in the draft?
I mean, they could get, George, you know how it is with running backs now. Those fuckers are the one position they can come in the first year and do well. I mean, look how look at Alfred Morrison, look at the other guy out of Tampa last year.
Wait, whoa, Alfred Morrison?
Alfred Morris. Did I say Morrison?
I've been
watching too many old school, Gonzaga basketball clips.
Good
That's
God, Alfred Morrison. That man ain't even in Morrison ain't even in the league anymore, is he?
I'm making up names. I'm hacking up names.
And here's the thing. Okay. According to some people's theory, Morrison's better than some players just because he's got a ring.
Excuse me?
That kid Morrison, the kid who got drafted, and he was on the Lakers bench for their last championship.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot he got a ring. That motherfucker's bad as shit.
Yeah, him and Luke Walton. Luke Walton's, I think, got more rings than LeBron.
Who?
Shit, that means he's better than Bron.
Who?
Luke Walton.
Who? Luke Skywalker.
Exactly. The white boy at the way end of the bench, like next to the guy who hands out towels and water. I think Luke Walton might be in Cleveland. Yeah. Anyway, so Reggie Bush is in Detroit.
He's in Detroit now. One of the big thing is Welker left, and now he's a Denver Bronco, and he's going to be.
He got a 2-year deal with the Broncos, but to me, the team. Mm-hmm. Who kind of not really snuck in the back door, but I think picked up the one piece that they have not had, and when they had it, they won a Super Bowl.
Okay.
Steven Jackson is rumored to be signing with the Packers.
Yeah. And now I'm going to tell you what, Steven Jackson is the workhorse.
When anyone says you need a running game, and Steven Jackson is a running game, even at 28 years old, I think he is.
Yeah.
He's getting near 30.
The thing about Steven Jackson is, one, he's in great fucking physical condition. I mean, you look at him and he looks fucking, you see how big that motherfucker is? I mean, he's in great fucking shape. He's taking care of his body, and he's a different type of runner. He's the type of runner that, you might stop in the first couple quarters, but in the third and fourth, when fucking, Aaron Rodgers is starting to pick you apart and you start dumping it off to him and he starts wearing down your line with his big-ass body, he's going to be very effective in a Green Bay Packers.
And you got to remember, just not too long ago, Steven Jackson had 90 receptions.
Yeah. So who's covering that big motherfucker out of the backfield?
And defenses won't be focusing on him because it's Aaron Rodgers and his band of, merry wide receivers.
Now,
so Steven Jackson doesn't have to be the workhorse anymore.
Now, I know you said that you thought the Packers need a piece. I think the team that went out and made a great fucking move, man, is fucking the Seattle Seahawks. Getting Percy.
Well, yeah, no shit. They picked up Percy Harvin. The only question is, was Percy Harvin's head going to let him play?
Yeah, but
that guy's missed games for.
Like, what the fuck? Think about this. Being on the defensive side of the ball against them. You don't know who's going to get the ball, who's fucking going to run, who's going to throw. Now you got Percy Harvin. You can snap it to him. Now you got him and Russell. I mean, you got a lot of fucking things they can do. And you know what? If there's one person that's crafty and it's all about trickery, it's fucking Pete Carroll. You know?
That's why he got out of USC, because his trickery got that school some sanctions.
His trickery sliding some money to the players. Other great stuff that went on. A lot of people got released, man. I mean, the Redskins said fuck it to D'Angelo Hall. I could see that coming because he was $8 million against the cap, and he just basically was hot or cold, you know?
Yeah, well, my biggest issue with D'Angelo Hall, when you have a young team that's trying to build and do it the right way, and again, this is just me, I thought D'Angelo Hall's attitude was horrible on the field. So I can only imagine how he acted on the practice field and acted in the locker room. Because to me, I don't need my young players mouthing off and lipping and acting like an asshole. And that's all I saw with D'Angelo Hall towards the end of the season. Seemed like he thought he broke out in a boxing match every other game. And I'm just like, there's no need for that shit, dude. You used to be good, so I don't know if you're compensating and trying to make up because you got fucking burnt.
Yeah, I mean,
in that one game.
It was like he was bipolar. Seriously, $1 million, he would get burnt like toast. They should have just called him Toast Hall. And then the next minute, he's having 3 or 4 picks a game. You know. Now, San Francisco traded quarterback Alex Smith to Kansas City for a 2013 second-round draft pick and a future draft pick. What do you feel about that?
It depends what that future draft pick is, but I mean, I don't think Kansas City gave up a whole lot.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
And I think
either.
that pretty much locks Kansas City into taking Joko with the first pick.
Yeah, you know, they're in a pretty good position, you know. So and
I'm gonna tell you right the fuck now, if Chip Kelly takes Deion Jordan out of Oregon with the number 4 pick, I'll be on suicide watch.
Well,
you laugh, motherfucker, because it ain't funny.
There's other teams that have worse problems than your Eagles.
It's called the Oakland Raiders.
The Raiders and the Buffalo Bills.
Who?
Exactly. You know, that's what the Owl said.
The Toronto Bills?
The Toronto Bills. The Toronto Bills, okay, they signed linebacker Manny Lawson, but they cut Fitzpatrick. Now, so now they went and obviously they signed Tavares Jackson. Did you hear what I said? Tavares Jackson. Do you remember who that guy is?
No bueno.
All right. No, Tavares Jackson. Now, if you're not, obviously they're gonna try to get a quarterback. Maybe they're gonna try to get Geno Smith out of West Virginia. Maybe they're gonna try to get the other kid.
Do you know where they're picking?
Huh?
Do you know where they're picking?
I'm not sure where they're picking, but, you know, most people think that if they're not picking, I mean, obviously they didn't have a good season, so they're going to be picking down pretty fucking low. If they're not, they're going to probably try to, you know, work their way into a position where they can get one of these half-decent quarterbacks that are coming out because you got the guy from Kansas State? Is he coming out?
I hope they trade up the number 4.
Yeah. Because otherwise they might be, who's coming out that's good quarterbacks? Geno Smith. Who else? Who's the other guy?
Matt Barkley?
Barkley. Geno Smith, Barkley, and if the guy from Kansas State comes out. That's 3 guys.
I think his name's Colin Klein.
Colin Klein, yeah. Calvin's brother. But anyway. Anyway, that's the only thing they could go. I mean, I think it's a gamble. You know?
Well, that or you're just going to do the best you can and go for a quarterback coming out of next year's class.
They should have been, in my opinion, They should have done one of two things. They should have been talking to the 49ers, or they should have been. No, didn't Alex Smith play with the Bills at one time? No. Did he get picked up by them initially for like a year? Okay, maybe I'm imagining that. Or you should have been talking to the 49ers and trying to get Alex Smith, or either talking to the Redskins.
Talking to the Redskins?
Yeah. Because they're not,
Me, I would either go after Matt Flynn or the kid from Arkansas who's backing up Tom Brady. And why can't I remember his name? Big, tall, 6'6" white boy who's been up there now for 3 or 4 years.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. What's his
had substance abuse problems. That's why he dropped so far.
He played at Arkansas.
I don't understand why no one's going after him.
Yeah, he played at Arkansas.
Yeah, big boy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, Matt Flynn, like, Seattle basically has to hold on to Matt Flynn now. Yeah. Because they don't have another quarterback behind Russell Wilson.
No. If something happens, that team will go down in the shitter.
Yay.
Yeah, you know. Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap it up. Tell us what you think so far about free agency, what's going on in the NFL, who's getting released, who's getting picked up.
Ryan Mallett, that's his fucking name.
Ryan Mallett, that's it. Way to go, man. I'd high five.
Yeah.
Oh, want to do a fucking Skype high five? Oh, we might go out of our boxes. Anyway, but anyway, let us know everything. We're getting the hell out of here. But we will catch you guys next week with some crazy UFC 158 results. Yeah. Deuces. Comical, brash, and sometimes politically incorrect. The UnCut Sports Show. Non-traditional sports coverage delivered the way you like it by your uncensored co-hosts, Kevin White and George Bedford.